So I've been working on this for a while. And nobody tells you who does bedazzling that it's really, really hard actually to do it, because first of all, it takes an eternity, and second of all, it takes fine motor skills, of which mine have been better in the past. So I'm trying to get it to focus properly, because like we want to actually look at, whoops, and I'm just 10 shades of messing it up here. Let's see. I want it to like, oh, that's pretty. I mean, technically that's kind of where it should be, I think. These are some of the beads, or what we call these, bedazzles. They have the glue already on them, so you don't have to mess with that part. But then I have the hot tool thing, and then these are the extra parts that you can change the end, so that if you have bigger stones and smaller stones, you can adjust to put a different one on. And there's one in here I want to try out. It's flat. It's this one, I think. Is it that one? It's this one. But I want to try it because I don't know, I don't always feel like the one I'm using is the right one. Oh, that's the bigger size. This little jar is not always the easiest to open. So you can see the difference. This one has a hole in the middle to hold, like, kind of encapsulates the little gemstone, and then this is just a flat thing, which I'm not sure which one you're supposed to use on what, but I want to try the flat one and see how it works. There. Let's see. But this is kind of dangerous to change it right now because it's very hot, so I just thought we'd try a couple. You can see, where's it? That sometimes they fall off. There's a spot. I'm not sure if it's, I'm not holding it on long enough for the heat or the glue to get all the way sticky, or if it's just, this is not good material to put these on. Could be. And I feel like I should say thanks to the lady that, there's an ASMR artist out here. She's quite the popular gal, and she really likes bedazzling, and she does this as a hobby with a bunch of stuff, and I liked her things that she was making, and I thought, I want to try that. So I got some stuff to order, and I did order them, and this is it basically. And so, ding, there you can see that little gem. There it goes. Anyway, the only thing I think is hard, or mostly hard, is that you almost need a third arm to really get a good hold of it, because once you, it's hard to stay. And then sometimes these other ones that are adjacent to the one you're working on, they end up getting loosened because of the heat that surrounds it, so it can be a slippery slope. And the other thing I wish is that it was easier to switch the sizes of the end, because if you have one size on, then if you want to change it at all, you have to like cool it down and try and unscrew the little end. See, that one moved already. Makes me like go, And if you don't, if you're not careful and you move, then suddenly you have a bunch of them sliding around and it all looks messed up. And I haven't figured out a good way to hold on to the little heat tool, or because the cord's really short, and so you don't have a lot of room, length, and then they give you this little holder, but it's a little flimsy, so it kind of wants to slide off of there all the time. But because the cord is so short, you don't have enough cord length to really not have pulling on it. So anyway, it's fragile. I think having a heavier tool like this thing, the heat tool, would be nice, heavier in weight, so that it had some leverage, and when you put it down it wouldn't be so wiggly wobbly, because if you bump it then it goes flying, and it's hot, so it's not anything you really want to have happen, at least not when you're wearing no shoes, etc. So I think that I got that one spot now, did I? I think so. And when I also bought some that don't require the heat of the heat tool. They don't have the glue automatically, so those I've also tried using E6000, which is a super strong, stinky, universal adhesive that's for all kinds of things. also have used various super glues, gel. There's also like a jewelry glue. It's like, but anyway. But you kind of have to be careful and move somewhat gingerly, or you can be jacking around. And it's funny, you can see the little gems, like they will change the way they look because the heat starts to make them shimmer. And hopefully I'm not going to screw it up. Yeah, so it's not for the weak, and I can't even tell you how long I've been working on it. Way too long. And I'm ready to have it be done just because I want to see what it looks like. I think it's going to be pretty. This is the thing is called Glow Recipe, and it's their what is it called? Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrop Serum. And this is the serum that I got when I went to, I think I bought it at Sephora, but I thought it made a pretty nice little bottle and fun small thing to try bedazzling on. I don't know how you make it not be blurry though. It seems the focus seems to struggle with these little things. That looked okay. But so I think this kind of hobby definitely requires patience. People that don't mind sort of repetition or repetitive activity, and that don't require instant results, because, you know, I spent like, I don't know how long the first day working on this, and I think I only had like one row, done, and I did all that work and spent all that time, and I had got done. I pulled the little bottle away and looked at it, and I thought, that's all I have to show for this. Oh my gosh, what have I done? But as far as like a pattern, I didn't know what to do when I started, so I had an idea, and then when I started I realized how hard it really was, and I thought I better not have such high expectations for having a pattern set in stone, so I decided to mix and match the big stones with the small ones, and then I decided at the point when I put the little red line or fuchsia colored ones on there, at that point I decided I could try using some more clear ones instead of iridescent because 2 reasons. One, I was just starting to get low of the little iridescent ones. And 2, I thought, well, maybe it'll look kind of neat, like as it goes towards the bottom, to be some of those iridescent and some just plain white, clear, or whatever. Maybe that will look cool, or at least I can make it look cool because it's what I have to work with. So that's what I did. And I'd like to make more bigger stones on the bottom too, but right now, because I just have the little end on, it's not exactly super easy to just switch and put the bigger sizes on. So I guess I have to either just stop and switch or leave like little spots for the bigger ones. I don't know how much room they take exactly, so then I'm not sure how much room to leave available. I could probably guess. The little tray that I'm using that has the little beads or gems in it, it's actually really neat, old, from Japan. It's a ceramic dish that I found in and amongst the rubble of an abandoned flower, like plant warehouse garden center that was here in town years and years ago in the 1930s and 40s. It was beautiful. There's Historical Society has pictures of it when it was in full operation. I guess you call it a greenhouse. They had all these wonderful plants and flowers, and oops, there, that was slippery. It's really tricky. Oh my god. Let's see, there. And the owners got sick, and one of them did and died, and then the other one just didn't want to do it anymore after that. I think the wife died. And so they just kind of quit, and I think that the kids or the family members weren't interested in doing it because they didn't want to, be greenhouse owners. And so sadly it just was left to its own devices, and it got overgrown, and the greenhouses became in disrepair, and the glass broke out of the panes, and tables and stacks of all kinds of supplies from this business just stayed there. This is almost like in a museum, like frozen in time, and rained on, snowed on. And eventually somebody, I think the other person passed away, and eventually there was an estate executor, and they came in to help start cleaning it up. And unfortunately, there was an auction, like, I don't know what year it was. I had no idea, and I completely missed it. But they had the coolest auction. Oh my god. And I became obsessed with this place and would drive by it and look in there, and they had a fence up. Well, the fence didn't stop me eventually. So I was in there digging around like in the night with a flashlight and my raincoat on, and not really meaning any harm, but just curious and fascinated by what was there and those people that were there, and like it's just kind of a strange, haunting feeling. And I went there one night with my daughter. We snuck in. Oh, I kind of snuck in, and it was raining, and we just like kind of crouched around and looked at things, and we took each like a couple little things with us, and this was one of them, this little dish. And then I think she took a little like dresser, like dish. It was like glass and it had a lid. And then there was one other thing. I think it was another dish of some kind. And I took a vase that was like ceramic. It wasn't glass, but and I think they were all like LTD items. But you know, I felt bad for these things, and I contacted the attorney's office, the people that were the executors of this estate or were in charge of this property, and tried to get in touch with them to ask them if I could help them, like preserve some of these things or save them or make a little museum in honor of the place that it was, because it was so cool. And I have a postcard somewhere of it. It shows like an aerial view. And it was remarkable because it's right in the middle of town now, of course, and like it's surrounded by a whole neighborhood of homes, and yet this space had been this booming plant and flower industry thing. Anyway, yeah, they didn't, needless to say, they didn't call me, which seems kind of lame, I would say, considering I was offering free labor basically, and doing so not to like be creepy, but because I really cared about the history behind this greenhouse. And it was sad when it just kind of like no one came back to love it. And sadly then, I think this was the last year, 2 years ago now, they did finally come in. Of course, post auction and post sale, everything that was left was just still laying there on the ground in boxes and under tables, under plastic tarps. And they came in with a crew one day and they just took backhoes and shoveled it all into a truck and leveled it. And now it's nothing except a green area, green grassy area, with the only remaining evidence of this place being in existence is the huge, very old, very heavy sign that's on two posts. It's almost like a billboard, you know, with like two big poles in the ground. It sticks way up high, and it's this big sign that says Azalea Land, and it's just sticking out in the middle of nothing, kind of like a flag of surrender or salute, and saying, you know, hey, this was Azalea Land, bitches. I mean, don't forget me, mofos, I'm coming back for you. Like, I don't know what it says, but it touches me, and I'd love to be able to take a big old flatbed truck and back it up against the old driveway one night and just level that big sign and drag it off and bring it home and, I don't know, stick it up in my backyard and say, there, now you can't pretend it never existed, because Amy's got it. Crazy lady Amy is there with her Azalea Land sign stuck in her backyard that hasn't been mowed for 4 months, you know. Come and visit, you guys. It's $5. Donations are accepted. But yeah, I really think that's cool that that thing existed, and I love that I have a little something from it to remember it by. And like somebody's making money off that place, because one time, so I'm Googling all this stuff about Azalea Land and whatever, and there's things in there that I was like researching, like what is this and when was it made and stuff, and I find this person online who is selling a bunch of stuff that I just so happened to look at a picture up close of something that I thought was kind of cool. And what do you know? There's a price tag on that item from Azalea Land. I kid you not. And I about died. I was like, what is this? Oh my God. Who is that? Of course, I got all jealous right away. Like, oh my God, they have all that cool stuff. Like, I don't need it. But yeah, and they were selling like vintage crap on whatever for mean, it's probably fair. Like, it's probably the family member, it's probably the executor, it's probably the people that, like, own the property. Like, you guys can do what you want. But I was really bummed when they didn't, like, call me back, and then I saw that, and I was like, man, these people, they're just impossible. They just don't want me to love Azalea Land, but you know what? They can't stop me. So here I am, bedazzling this little thing and talking about it in front of people with my little dish that I love so much, and they better not try to come get it, because I'm gonna be mad. I'll be like, listen, I worked hard to get that little dish. This is mine. This is my piece of Azalea Land's history. So just get the out, you know, back up. You're gonna be fine. You don't need it. Don't be jealous. Don't be so greedy. Some of us need things like that to feel safe and whole and secure. We surround ourselves with memories and objects that feel somehow reassuring to us that we're not alone. And so I'm keeping my dish, bitches. That's what I said. Twice I said it. Profanity on ASMR experiment. That's what we do here. Just living on the edge, living on the cusp. That's what it's all about. Time in a bottle, time in bedazzle serum from Glow Recipe. Niacinamide drops, that's where it's at. And in my growling stomach, per usual report. So, anywho's game. I hope you guys kind of like this little video. I mean, I know it's not stellar. It's not psychiatry 101 point whatever. It's not the magazine sales lady getting lost at the door, but it is me, and it is Cha-Cha. She's here too, having a nap to my left, observing me doing weird things with this bedazzling item. She's like, when are you ever going to be done with that? I'm like, that's for me to know, for you to not know. So meow meow, just wait for it. You'll know when it's done, because it'll be done, sitting there looking pretty. And I'm excited though to see it finally be finished. We'll just continue to plug away. Try not to waste too many hours on it, but so what do you think? I mean, I think it's turning out really cute. I'm not sure, like, what do I do with it when I'm done? Well, most likely I'm just gonna give it away, or somebody's birthday's coming up. Something like that. I have a feeling some more of these are gonna pop off though before I'm done, because when I first started doing it, I don't think I was being quite aggressive enough with the amount of time I spent, like, keeping the heat on it and applying pressure. And I'm learning though how it works a little more, I think. Isn't that sweet? I just love it. I mean, it almost could be cool if you didn't do the whole thing and you kind of had it just like flowing down in these random drip sort of shapes, and you just left the part of it like not bedazzled, but like it could just become more like sparse on the way down, and then I don't know, something. And I still don't know exactly to do this part. If I should make it a different color, make it these pink ones, and do like an all-around glow recipe, glow recipe, glow recipe. Niacinamide, niacinamide. I love that. That's one of the best words. Niacinamide. I mean, come on. Niacinamide. What a great word. Beautifully. I mean, Niacinamide. 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 That's definitely one of those top favorite words of my lifetime. Is that word right there, niacinamide. Neat. Thank you, Glow Recipe, for this neat project bottle thing. Oh, there one. See, one fell off again. See, there it is. It's probably not the one I just put on today. I think that's a different one. Oh yeah, see, it's different because it's up here. Well, I'll fix it. I just hope they don't fall off like chronically. That would really suck. There you go. Yum yum. And then I could count all of them, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I'd get lost every 5 minutes and it would never happen. Like just months of trying to count them. Not gonna happen. I could estimate, probably. So, there you go. That's just my little video for today. And a little crinkly paper here. Because otherwise, oh, and my stomach says, hello, hello, oh, hello, and you too, hello. Thanks a lot, GI crazy. That's funny, you could name somebody GI crazy instead of GI Jane, but it would be like GI upset, like crazy. That would be hilarious. You can make a movie out of that. But not me, because I can't do those stunts. This is one of my favorite pieces of bubble wrap. I've had it for, I think I've had it for at least 3 years. Saved it. Just a square. Because it's like extra awesome. It's heavier than normal bubble wrap and it just has a really good crinkle. So I've been moving it around. Today I'm using it as my little backdrop. Plus it kind of matches, you know, the look with the things. Fun. Alright. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys again. Please hit